What's up everybody, NFX here with another tutorial. This tutorial we're going to talk about modes, and we're going to talk about a simple way of using modes to get a different flavor from your scales. Now those of you who have seen the scales tutorial, you know that the different types of scales out there give your music a different flavor. They might give it a happy flavor if it's a major scale, or a sad flavor if it's a minor scale, etc. So that's all covered in another tutorial and that I've done and other people have done, and I'll leave it up to you to go look that up. But what I want to talk about today is just a simple way of using different scales and modes that involve only using the white keys on your MIDI keyboard or your piano. And the reason why I want to do a tutorial on it is just so that you guys know you can experiment with different modes without actually knowing the different modes. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. On Warbeats, on our resources page, you can get to the scale and chord helper. And the tutorial I'm giving you today doesn't actually involve you using this. I just want to use it right now as a demonstration to show you a few things. For example, I'm going to set it to the C major scale, and you're going to see that there it is, and it's using all the white keys from one C to the next. Okay? Now imagine if we did the same thing, but instead of starting on C, we started on D. What would we have? Well, what you would have is a Dorian scale. You can see that D, Dorian, starts on the D and goes all the way up to the next D using only the white keys. And you can do that again for the E, Phrygian, whatever it is. I'm not going to pretend like I know how to pronounce it, but you can see that it goes from the E to the E. Okay? And then you could keep on doing this. You can select F, and then you can see Lydian or Lydian, whatever. That goes from the F to the F, etc. Okay? This works for all the way from the C, D, E, all the way up to the B. Okay? So anytime you want to experiment in a different type of mode or scale, all you have to do is change your root note. Change your root note and then go up and down your octaves. Remember, your root note is kind of your building block for various things. Okay. Let me go over to FL Studio real quick. Okay, so let's back up a little bit and let's talk about the C major scale. You see C major used all the time in demos and tutorials. I do it, other people do it, and the reason is because it uses all the white keys and is very easy to understand. And when you build a root, when you build a chord off that root note, oftentimes you'll see it built using the first, the third, and the fifth note in the scale. So for example, we know that the C major scale starts on the C, right? And if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, that's going to be the 1, the 3, and the 5. See? And that's your root scales, root chord, if you will, of C major. Okay. Now, take any one of these modes that we're talking about. For example, we could take that E Phrygian, freaking whatever. And there we go. That's our root. Okay. I mean, that translates to, in chord terms, that translates to an E minor, I believe. But my point is that that's all there is to it. We can do that with the A. We can do that with the D. the G, etc. But we're just using the first, the third, and the fifth. If you want to mess around in your C major, now take that same pattern and transpose it up to the A minor. It's got a slightly different feel to it. Let's do it in the E Phrygian. I think you'll agree that that one doesn't sound quite as happy as the C major. See? So I guess the ultimate point is just pick a root note. Now, mini guideline, if you will, is the following. The C major, happy, go lucky, you know, cool chord when you want to make a feel-good song, right? The D, if you did the D, remember we saw the D Dorian earlier, that one of the more popular scales used in modern music. And I think it's because it doesn't sound too happy, but it doesn't sound too sad either. So it's kind of in the middle. The E, that one has that gypsy Spanish sound to it. That one's actually a very good one. The F, it's kind of also in a more major happy sounding way. If you started on the G, again, it's simple to play. It's used in rock music somewhat. This one is actually starts you out on a major happy sounding thing, but it's slightly different. You'll have to play with these and kind of come up with your own way of understanding them. The A is actually one of my favorites. The A starts you off on an A minor, and what I like about it is that it's very easy to make darker sounding or sadder or more serious, emotional, whatever music, building it around this particular scale. Very easy, very easy. Just use that as your root. And then there's the B. The B is, as far as I'm concerned, it could stand for bastard, because that's the one I never use. It's hard to use this one. There's your B. That doesn't sound very good. If you raise that fifth one up a half step, it sounds a lot better. That sounds more natural than this is better, but it's not using all the white keys. So if I was doing this exercise or trying to just use the white keys, I would avoid the B. That's probably the even though it's got a name, it's a Locrian mode or something like that. It's not a very good mode to use, in my opinion. Maybe you'll find it useful. So just to recap, C, started on the C, happy, good chord. Started on the D. That one is supposedly one of the more popular scales in modern music today. I'm not a music expert, at least I don't think I am, but that's what I've been told. E, that one has the, if you started on the E, that one has the more gypsy Spanish vibe to it. I like it. It sounds kind of exotic. You could almost get an Egyptian vibe out of it as well. F, meh. G, meh. But A is another winner for me. So for me, the three winners are this: when you started on the C, when you started on the E, or when you started on the A. Those would be the three most useful ones to me. But you try them out. See how they feel to you and use them. You know, do your thing. This tutorial, I just wanted to show you guys the different modes, how you could use them easily using only the white keys on your MIDI keyboard or piano, and just learn and experiment and come up with something good. That's all there is for this tutorial. Thanks for watching. This is NFX from Warbeats.com saying I'll catch you guys in the next tutorial.